Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. This is your 5-minute edge on surviving and thriving in summer camp. This video is made possible through a partnership between the Wisconsin Out of School Time Alliance and the Wisconsin Department of Children and Families. I'm Matt, a consultant with the Wisconsin Out of School Time Alliance, and I'm excited to talk to you today about countering your inner critic when things are hard at camp. Working in camp is full of challenges. There are not many jobs that require the same level of physical, emotional, and social stamina. Your mind and body are working full throttle to keep kids safe, engaged, and learning. To add to the challenge, our evolution as a species has us wired to spot dangers or worries first. In stressful moments, we often turn to these worries on ourselves, and this shows up as an inner critic. An inner critic is a voice that is crafted over time as a response to protect us, and it can sound like our own voice, but it's not. It's messaging that we have absorbed over years from people and society, and it has a way of putting us down and keeping us small without realizing it. Since our inner critic is designed by evolution and conditioning, the good news is we can give ourselves a break. We don't have to blame ourselves for the critic showing up, we only have to acknowledge and redirect it. We give it and ourselves the same compassion we would give to campers in our program. How might this show up during your work at camp? Maybe it's when you feel bad about the outcome with a camper. One of your favorite kids has a meltdown and you're unable to regulate them that day. They continue to struggle to the point where their caregivers are called and they leave early. Your inner critic says, "You are no good at this. Why do you think you even work with kids?" What do you notice when you hear this example? Some people see a devil on one shoulder whispering in their ear. Other people see trolls and gremlins. Other people hear alarm bells. Just being able to notice those things means you have power to counter your inner critic and change things around for yourself. Here's a quick and simple strategy you can use in just these few moments. First, label the message from your inner critic as a thought. I just had a thought, and I'm no good at this. I'm doubting if I should work with kids. Do you see how there is already a shift to this being more neutral? Next, think about what the circumstance was that sparked this thought. Keep it as neutral as possible. It should just be facts. In our example, the circumstance is a camper had a meltdown and left early the day. Then, think about the feelings, emotions, or sensations you felt in this example. The emotion that came up was shame, and it felt like a pit in my stomach. Ask yourself the question, what action does this inspire in me? In our example, the staff retreats and talks less with kids and the staff the rest of the day. And lastly, what impact does this thought then have on others and yourself? You feel isolated and your group interacts with you less that day. Okay, this is a little heavy, but don't worry. This next part is where the magic comes in. From here, you get to pick any one of these items to change and then get curious about what impact it may have. For example, maybe you decide to change the initial thought. Maybe you say, I was not able to help that camper in the way I wanted to today. Do you see how honest that thought is without being blaming? What different feelings might this invoke? What actions and results change because you have simply taken a moment to change your thought? Maybe this kind of thought inspires you to reach out to your own support. Maybe it leads you to try and make a support plan for the camper the following day. Maybe you are able to just let it go and start fresh the next day. Let's try it again. Let's say we want to change our feeling. What if in a tricky situation we want to feel confident instead of shame? How would feeling confident help change your thoughts? You might be thinking something along the lines of, I tried everything I could to help the camper, and I know my efforts will help maintain the relationship I have with them. From this place of confidence, how do your actions and results change? We all have inner critics, and camp opens up platforms for those voices to be amplified. But we have power in how we respond, and just shifting our own responses can have an incredible impact on our well-being. So next time you come up against a challenge, take 1 minute to think about your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Take a moment with your team and talk about what your inner critic sounds like. How might your teammates help support you in redirecting these messages? How can we work together to solve this?